All right, welcome back to No BS Sports Talk. Today we got a fun one. All right, today we're going to decide who a better quarterback is, Sam Darnold or Brock Purdy. All right, now these are two phenomenal quarterbacks, without a doubt. Okay, by no means is any one of us going to argue that either one of these guys are a bad quarterback. But the fact is these guys are going to be division rivals for a few years here moving forward. And we're talking about two of the best in the league right now. And I think it's time to talk about who is better.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start us off here with my pick here, because I'm going to take Sam Darnold in this. I'm going to have to go with Sam Darnold, and here's why. Brock Purdy is a system quarterback. And I know people have debated this for years and years and years, but the fact is Brock Purdy has been a part of one of the best offensive schemes in the entire NFL for a very long time. What Kyle Shanahan has done with that 49ers offense is absolutely phenomenal. But the fact is that Brock Purdy has been surrounded by some of the best in the league. All right, best tight in the league, best running back in the league, and for the most part, phenomenal receivers. Had Deebo Samuel for a while, had Brandon Ayuk for a while, and the fact is I think Brock Purdy has completely relied on being able to leverage play action with Christian McCaffrey and completely relying on passes up the middle, constantly anticipating guys like Deebo, guys like Ayuk to beat their defensive matchup. And the fact is when that guy's not there, Brock Purdy throws interceptions. Sam Darnold doesn't do that, and I think Sam Darnold has proven that he is not a system quarterback because he has been able to put up elite numbers for two different teams the last 2 years.
Interesting. So you bring up the point of a system quarterback. And in my opinion, if he's a system quarterback, so is Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold has not won anywhere. He comes and actually sits behind, correct me if I'm wrong, he comes and sits behind Brock Purdy for a little bit.
Well, Brock Purdy was already a part of the system.
But hold on. He sits behind Brock Purdy for a little bit, and then what happens? What happens after he sits behind Brock Purdy for a bit? He
Sam
starts
Darnold,
playing well.
Yeah.
So
Sam Darnold would have done the same thing if he got that started job, but the fact is Brock Purdy's the one the 49ers were paying.
I'd rather pay Brock than Sam. If I'm the GM and I would take Brock over Sam any day of the week.
But why? Sam Darnold has better arm strength and better playmaking ability and has made more plays in the clutch.
Sam Darnold shit the bed in Minnesota in his first playoff game. I mean, I'll give him credit where credit's due. Had a fantastic year this year. They're the champs for a reason. I think, in my opinion, a lot of it was the defense, but I mean, like, whatever. He also had the best receiver in the league.
I also don't think you can judge a guy on his first playoff appearance.
I don't think you can judge on just one playoff appearance in general. I mean, sure. I think you take Brock's worst game out of the scenario, and I mean, he's pretty consistent. I feel like he won a playoff. He went to Philadelphia this year and won it pretty much without his tight end. So he got hurt. I don't remember when he got hurt in that game, but.
Well, I also just think the 49ers had a better ran offense. I mean, I don't know what was going on.
I don't think with all the injuries this year, I don't think so. They had like the most injured team.
Injuries aside, the 49ers run one of the best offensive schemes in the
100%. Kyle Shanahan's a mastermind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which goes to my point where I feel like they're one of those teams where we look at the success that the 49ers had this year. I mean, I think that there's a lot of guys in the league that you could plug into that team, and you're going to see success as a team overall on that offense.
I don't think.
Yeah, you look at Kendrick Bourne.
Yeah.
Or he's a 49ers guy, right? Who was Kendrick Bourne. You look at the success that he had when Juwan Jennings and Ricky Pearsall were out.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That has nothing to do with how good Bourne is. Not that I'm not knocking him, but just the fact is that offense is so well ran that you can throw a guy in there who not particularly known on being a great wide receiver in the league, and he's going to look like he's one of the best in the league, at least just in terms of the numbers he's putting up during those games as wide receiver one. Now, yes, it helps. He's getting a lot of targets, but
Yeah,
I just think they're one of those teams where you can put anyone in that offense and you're going to see some success from those players.
but I think at the end of the day, your system can make people look better. But at the end of the day, he didn't have a JSN lining up
Nobody did have a
for him.
Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, which don't get
But
me
I also
wrong,
think, like, look, like, last year was one, I mean, Brock Purdy was out a lot of last year. 49ers out a lot, but I'm talking about him over the course of his career.
it's more consistent. What type of consistency
He's
throughout the whole
he's had
career?
he's had one of the best offensive over the course of his career. I mean, for
Is it?
most of his career, he's had Christian McCaffrey at running back. He's had George Kittle at tight end. He's had Trent Williams at left tackle on his offensive line, who's probably the best left tackle in the league. He's had Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel. I have a fun stat for you. In 2023, the 49ers were 0-3 when Deebo Samuel was not playing.
That is interesting
So
because his weapons aren't as good. Brock Purdy's weapons are not what Sam Darnold has in Seattle right now, right?
I think over the course of his career, you could argue that there was more offensive talent on the 49ers than there were on the Seahawks this year.
So I give Christian McCaffrey best in the game. I think obviously that's fair to say. But I think if you look this year, Sam Darnold had a top running back. I mean, he had a couple good running backs before they got hurt. Best
I don't
receiver
think
in the
Zach
league.
Charbonnet is that good of a running back.
I think he's pretty. I mean, maybe not at the top, but I think he's
I mean,
a
so
pretty
Sam
decent.
Darnold had one good wide receiver. I mean, yes, they traded for
Well,
Rashid
hold on,
Shaheed.
hold
I get
on.
it.
They had a way better defense, miles ahead, miles ahead, better than San Francisco's, which helped
Maybe
them win a
last year.
lot of. I think the last few years, 49ers defense has not been great the last couple of years. If you look
You
at it,
look at you look at the years that the 49ers
especially the
were
last
Super
two.
Bowl teams. You look at the year
Well,
that the 49ers went to the Super Bowl, they had one of the best defenses in the league.
the 1 year Brock went, yeah, that's the only time they've gone.
Yeah, when they had one of the best defenses. The 49ers defense was like ranked number 1 in the league that year.
Just like Seattle's was the top one this year, and they went to the Super Bowl and won.
Yeah, but you're still going against your own argument. You're saying that Seattle only won the Super Bowl this year, so like it has more to do with their defense. The year that the 49ers went to the Super
Overall,
Bowl, they had one of the best defenses in the league, and Brock Purdy couldn't get the job done with one of the best defenses in the league. Now, yes, they were going up against Kansas City Chiefs, who had a phenomenal run, but um, I would still argue that Sam Darnold has had less talent than the 49ers than Brock Purdy has had over the course of his career.
definitely. I mean, anybody that goes to the Jets is not going to have talent. But I mean, at the end of the day,
But even
just
with
looking through
Minnesota,
their
like, yes,
careers,
you have Justin Jefferson, who's arguably one or two best wide receiver in the league right now,
yeah,
or at least over the course of his career. But
yeah,
outside of Justin Jefferson, I mean, you have Aaron Jones at running back, who
yeah,
was
he's
31
decent.
years old,
Yeah,
right?
he's
Or
not
no,
that great.
32 years old last year. He was 33 this year. So you got an old running back. Um, and outside of Justin Jefferson, I mean, I guess you have Jordan Addison, who I do like. But I mean, look, I mean, Brock Purdy had Ayuk and Deebo Samuel, both in their prime. I mean, like, didn't have a great year this year, but we forget how good Deebo
He
Samuel
was very
was
good.
while
Yeah,
he was with the 49ers. And we forget how good Brandon Ayuk was. And we also forget he has the best tight end in the league, George Kittle. Seahawks did not, right? Sam Darnold was not playing with the best tight end in the league, and he was not playing with the best running back in the league. Like, you can't argue the running back because I don't think you can sit here and say that Kenneth Walker is anywhere near Christian McCaffrey's level in terms of running back.
nobody's near Christian McCaffrey, in my opinion. I mean, there's a
Exactly.
couple guys, but overall, I think if you look at how many injuries they've had and how long those guys have been on the field, how much time Debo missed, how much time, I mean, don't even get me started on how much time Ayuk's missed. McCaffrey missed time, all of most of all of last year, not this
Mhm.
season, but the last season, Kittle, one of the best in the league, but I can't remember the last year he's had a full year.
Right.
In fact, I don't think he's had one in the last 4 or 5 years at least. He always misses a few games. Even the year where they went to the Super Bowl, he missed a couple games, I believe. I believe he missed a couple games that year. Maybe not. He might have been healthy that year. But outside of that, he's and it's football. It happens. Like that's what it is. But I mean, it's just tough to judge too with all these injuries. And Brock Purdy
Mhm.
still wins. Like he went to
Well, it's
Philadelphia.
it's also hard to judge, which he may never. I mean, he's probably going to be a 49ers whole career.
Yeah, he just got
Um,
paid.
and even if he does ever leave, it's going to be on the backside of his career. So it's hard because we can't really judge whether or not he's a system quarterback until we see him go to another team who has a
And it's
different
hard.
offensive scheme.
It's hard to judge Sam Darnold too because I feel like it's still too soon. I mean, he had his good year in Minnesota. He had a fantastic year this year, but I mean, can he keep it up? Like, my answer is probably yes until he doesn't have probably the best receiver in the league, a great play caller. Probably just left though.
Well,
So I mean,
I think next year will say a lot because the 49ers are going to go into that year completely. Brock Purdy's going to be healthy. George Kittle's going to be healthy. Or George Kittle won't be healthy to
I
start the
think
year,
they'll get him a
probably.
top
But
receiver though. Like whether it's draft or they're gonna get some young guys in there. I think to help him out, even though
so
they
that
should
yeah, that'll
probably
be
focus
interesting to
on.
see. I mean, like, look, Brock Purdy, right? 23, 24, ranked one of the best in the league, had like a 70 completion percentage in 2023. So I'm not trying to knock the guy, but the fact is like I said earlier, I mean, you look at the tape and they utilized play action a ton. And I can't remember the exact percentage of it, but they used it a ton. And they were able to take advantage of how much priority defenses put on Christian McCaffrey, and Kyle Shanahan just ran the play action extremely well, and it created very, very easy passing opportunities for Brock Purdy. And just also looking at the tape, I mean, watching the anticipation that he has on his receivers when they break towards the middle. I mean, he's throwing the ball pretty much as they're making the break, not after like they're barely starting to make their break and he's already releasing the ball. And it's just, you look at a lot of the interceptions he has, is he's anticipating that receiver to be open and they're just not open. So it's like one of those things where you see some of the less smart defenses, Brock Purdy's incredibly successful, but then you get into some of the smarter defenses and you see a little bit more interceptions from him, a lot less completions. But look at Sam Darnold. I mean, I think he's consistently been good against good teams.
Except for the playoffs last year.
Still won the
Shit
Super
the
Bowl.
bed because their defense. He was
I mean,
good. I
sure.
think he didn't look that great in the Super Bowl. I think he had some bad throws,
I mean, nobody looked great in the Super Bowl except Kenneth Walker.
and I think
At least from offensively speaking. Not a single
yeah,
person on that field looked good except
that was a
both
rough
both
game.
teams. Kenneth Walker was the only player that really looked good on that field.
And then the Minnesota playoff game was atrocious. That was
I
awful.
mean,
But
yeah,
I
not one
think
of his
listen,
best moments, but Brock Purdy has
I
also had a
think
number of big games that he shit the bed in.
I think overall you could argue both sides, right? I think one side you look at Sam Darnold and he's found a good home in Seattle, won a Super Bowl there already. I wouldn't be shocked if he wins another one, right? And then you go over to Brock Purdy and he's lost Super Bowl. I could see them back there. I think anytime Kyle Shanahan's your coach, I think you always have a shot.
Hmm. I agree.
I think I mean, obviously, I know you do, but I think most NFL fans don't realize how bad their injuries have been the last
Right.
few years. And I think for me, I'm a big Brock Purdy guy, but it's also I want to see him with a somewhat healthy offense.
Hmm.
Like, I think their receiving core this last year was awful.
Yeah. No, I
They were
mean,
always, I mean, even if they were all healthy, like it's just not the best receiving core. I think they got to go get him. I think getting rid of Debo and Ayuk, I mean, Ayuk was a whole different
yeah.
situation, whatever. But I mean, it would be cool to see him with another. Kittle's probably almost done, especially after his injury and his age. Who knows how much longer McCaffrey's got left? I mean, at a position like that, you never know. But I mean, I don't know. It's. I would love to answer this question in like 5 years from now because I
This
think,
might be a debate we have to come back to, honestly.
yeah, because I think they're both studs, in my
Mhm.
opinion. Like, I do agree with the. It's almost hard not to succeed in Kyle Shanahan's offense, just because he's such. I mean, he's one of the best coaches in football, for
Right.
sure, top 5. But I
It's
think
just the way I look at it is, I mean, you'll notice we haven't brought up any stats. It's hard to compare stats because
mhm,
they put up, at least the last 2 years, they put up very similar numbers, similar completion percentages, similar average yards on their pass, similar passing yards. Obviously not last year for Brock Purdy because he missed so much time, but um, during their good years, Brock Purdy's around 4,000 passing yards. Sam Darnold, 2 seasons above 4,000 passing yards. Both throw a lot of touchdowns. Both throw a decent amount of interceptions.
mhm,
But obviously Brock Purdy's had a few years where he's looked like, on paper, the best quarterback in the league. Super high completion percentages. So I've come from more of the eye test, just looking at tape, just seeing where that 49ers offense has just opened up more opportunities for success. And I think that offense was better than the offense that the Vikings ran last year.
no doubt.
I mean, it's hard this year. Look, Clint Kubiak ran one of the best offenses in the league. I'm sure other quarterbacks other than Sam Darnold would have had success with that team. But I do think that I saw a little bit more versatility from Sam Darnold, a little bit more playmaking ability. And I do think he throws a better football. I think he's got better arm strength. And I look at some of the throws. I mean, we've talked about how good JSN is. But at the same time, we've also seen Sam Darnold throw some really, really good footballs into double, triple coverage, deep balls to JSN that JSN wouldn't have been able to catch had the quarterback not made that throw. So a lot of nothing against JSN. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of him. I'm wearing his number on my sweatshirt. But a lot of JSN's success was due to that offense, the way the offense was ran. And I think some of his success has to go towards the football that Sam Darnold threw last year.
Yeah. I mean,
But
this next year's gonna be interesting.
mhm,
New offense for Darnold, hopefully a healthy team for Purdy. I
yeah,
mean, that division's always stacked. I mean, maybe outside of Arizona, but I
yeah,
mean, it's them and the Rams are always it's a
mhm,
bloodbath every year, I feel like. So, I mean,
right.
anybody can come out on top. So I don't think it's yeah, Seattle's really good, but I think it's also like you never know. Like it's if Purdy's
Yeah,
healthy and
look, if Sam Darnold sucks next year, then I might switch sides here. But I think if Sam Darnold puts up another 4,000 passing yard season, another winning season, even if they don't have the same playoff run that they had this year, which I think they could have Tom Brady, and I think this change of offensive coordinator. I don't think they're gonna win a Super Bowl next year, no
yeah,
matter who's at quarterback. But I have to lean towards Sam Darnold.
yeah, it's I think no matter which way you lean here is close.
Mhm.
I mean, you gotta give I mean, would we be looking at things differently if Purdy had won that Super Bowl? You know what I mean? Like,
I wouldn't.
really?
Yeah, no, I still think that.
I think, listen, when it comes to the Super Bowl years, not that I don't count them because obviously they count, but like both teams got to where they were because of their defenses. I think we can
Mhm,
agree on that. So I think even if they had won, it's still like, I mean, you could say the same thing for when the Broncos went with Peyton Manning.
mhm,
Terrible that year, but the defense
right,
carried. So, I mean,
right.
it's not all about the
That's a lot of
quarterback.
Super Bowl teams, though.
Yeah.
It's like one of the oldest sayings. Defense wins championships. So
I think obviously this is a big if. The 49ers could stay healthy the next couple of years. I'd be shocked if they don't win one before Purdy and Shanahan are out of there.
Mhm.
Like I don't see Shanahan not winning a
Right.
couple at least. I mean, they're going to be good for a while. Brock Purdy's
Yeah.
still young, and I think you got to, no matter which way you lean with this, like it's a great story for Purdy being irrelevant, Mr. Irrelevant in the draft, and
Mhm.
even Sam Darnold like had a very shitty start to his career, and
Right.
we all counted him out. I mean, most people did, and
But
he
I mean,
had
I
that
think looking back
redemption.
on it and looking at some of the other quarterbacks that have gone through New York since Sam Darnold that have not done well. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, one of the
Yeah,
best quarterbacks in the league, was terrible with New York. Um,
yeah,
so I mean, I think that just goes to show how bad of an organization it is to play for.
hmm
Um, and then goes to Carolina and kind of deals with the same thing. Sits in San Francisco. But I mean, I look at it and I mean, I think it's safe to say. I mean, I think that's been there for him the whole time. But he just never found himself in the situation until last year where he could start to see some success. But I mean, I look at that Minnesota Vikings team. I don't think that Minnesota Vikings team is as good with Brock Purdy, or maybe it's the same, I mean, I don't see them going any farther than they did in 2024 with a different quarterback necessarily.
yeah.
So,
I could see your point. I just think at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who your coach is. Injuries, consistency is important.
mhm,
And for me, seeing a team that's so beat up go into Philadelphia and beat them pretty decent. I mean, not I mean, it was like a one-score game, but they went to Philadelphia, one of the toughest places to play. Your tight end just blew up his leg. Like, I mean,
right.
definitely, I think it was by far the most injured team in the league last year. I'm pretty sure they
Yeah, I mean,
were.
that's a good point. I mean, I still think that Philly offense was just in turmoil, and
Yeah.
I think even making it to the playoffs for Philly, I mean, I think they got a little lucky this year. I mean, I think that team overperformed.
I still think they're a good team, though. Like, at the end of the day, they still have two number one receivers. Jalen Hurts, people can say what they want about him, but he wins games. I mean, the offense was not as good as it should have been. I totally agree, but I mean, they have a stellar defense. Sirianni's a good coach, whether people like it or
Mhm.
not. A little
No, I
cocky,
mean,
but
obviously, I mean, I think they had issues with their offense. I mean, I think their offense coordinator wasn't great last year.
and
Um,
playing in Philadelphia is not easy,
no,
as we've
no,
seen.
I mean,
So,
it's not, but
I mean, but they were so banged up this year.
yeah,
Like I was shocked they made the playoffs, the
right.
49ers. Like it's just every year I mean, they've had a couple of years where they don't make the playoffs, right? But they're consistently in the playoffs almost every single year.
No, Brock Purdy's been consistent. The team's been consistent.
And I
Um,
just don't know
and
if
that is one thing that Sam Darnold doesn't have yet.
yeah, if the Seahawks have
So,
that many injuries, I just don't know. I just don't know if they are the most injured team in the league like the Niners were. They're not winning the whole thing, no question there. Don't even know if they win a playoff game, if I'm being honest with you, because I think they're not beating the Rams, which Niners weren't going to either, but I mean, whatever. I just don't think Sam Darnold's nearly as good if they're like if JSN's out, Walker's out, a couple of their offensive linemen are missing, most of their wide receiver core is depleted, and some of their I mean, Nick Bosa was out. Some of their best defensive stars on Seattle's defense is out. They're not doing anything in my opinion. So,
yeah, but I mean, you can say that about pretty much any team.
but I think it just shows you Brock Purdy still wins. No matter who's around him, and I get part of it's Shanahan, no question. But I think no matter what, if Brock Purdy's on the field, like you have a good chance. No matter who else is on the field, like no matter how banged up they are. Like there's just not many quarterbacks I think that could win with that many injuries. That's just my opinion. I think the injuries are so huge, and with how many they had last year, it
But
was
it's
like
like the thing is, I mean, Mac Jones still won games when Brock Purdy was out.
which I do agree, but I don't think they weren't as banged up as where they were for their run at the end of the year. Like when Purdy was sending them on win to win to win, like they were even more banged up.
I mean,
And
Juwan Jennings was out for a lot of that time.
I
Ricky Pearsall
believe
was out.
Mac Jones's last game, or one of his last games, was played like shit against Tampa Bay, and they lost Fred Warner and a
Mm-hmm.
couple other guys that game, and it went to shit, and Purdy came back.
Right.
I don't remember how long he played for exactly, but I mean, I don't know. It's just impressive to me when you are not only the most injured team of football, but by far the most injured team of football. And maybe
Mm-hmm.
people were saying one of the most injured teams ever. That's how bad their injuries were this year. I just don't think people realize. And so when you still go and even make the playoffs for the most injured team ever, I'll take that any year. Any year. And I don't think Sam Darnold does that. I really don't.
Well, I mean, I mean, I can't debate that because it's a lot of what ifs. I mean, Sam Darnold
Yeah,
hasn't been in that
yeah.
situation, so I can't
I
sit here
think
and say,
we can
oh
both
well,
agree they're
no, I think he
studs.
would do good. Yeah, oh
They're,
yeah, both great quarterbacks. Said that to start,
yeah,
but
yeah.
well, let me know what you guys think. Brock Purdy or Sam Darnold? Fill up that comment section and leave a like and subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next episode. No BS Sports Talk.